good, beautiful people? Welcome to the podcast, Two Vegetarians Eating Chicken. It's your boy, Mr. Lingo himself.
It's the man who always got something to say, your boy Flox for the KJ.
If you're new to the channel, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Go follow the YouTube, the TikTok, the Twitter, Facebook, Two Vegetarians Eating Chicken. You feel me? And the Instagram, 2VEC Podcast, number 2 VEC Podcast. We got a dope show for y'all tonight, man. We about to just talk some shit, you know. Got some of the fellas in the building, you feel me? Before we get into intros with them, it's gonna naturally just kind of come out. Cam, how you feeling?
Man, I'm feeling well. It's been
Sorry,
quite
how
a
you
week.
feeling?
I'm good, man. Good day.
Talk about it, man. You say it's been a what week?
Yeah, it's been a heck of a week. I can barely remember what it is that I did over the weekend, but I mean, just this week
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I mean, I've been putting the pieces together, and I realized that I dedicated my.
This happened. That'd be real shit right there, boy.
It was just a Saturday night of decadence and debauchery.
Bang,
And,
bang, bang.
You know, and then I just realized that, I was just tired of just, wrestling with myself in it. And this week I decided, you know what, I'm just going to do what it is that I always wanted to do. And, quit my day job. Yeah.
Huge leap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to be fearless, man. From this point on.
What's next?
Well, I've always wanted to be a writer, and I've been working at it diligently for, I want to say, the past 15 years of my life.
Wow.
And so I'm just going to just step into that. And I think I've got a pretty good, groove going, and I'm excited. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I mean, honestly, Johnny, I'm trying to be like you when I grow up.
Shit like that.
Don't give me all that credit shit. And I love hearing when I love meeting people who write, right? So I never fully got to the extent of, so let's say when it comes to like writing a script or something, like, I get writer's block a lot, opposed to writing a 16, like, what I'm saying, it's so much easier for me to do something like that, or write a poem, like, I think it's just the mindset of, because I used to be so much into production and watching movies and analyzing it. It's the mindset of like, I can't see this idea being on TV and me watching the shit, or somebody like watching it and enjoying it, like, what I'm saying. So it's like battling that on a constant, what I'm saying,
Right.
constant basis. So when I think about somebody like KJ who writes and shit, like even like, the skit we put up on YouTube, what was it called? Porn Etiquette. Make sure y'all check that out. Yeah, on YouTube. It's called Porn Etiquette. Shit's hilarious. But it was the first one we did, and KJ wrote it. And for me that was like really inspiring, just to, because we talk about and debate and not really debate, but we just enjoy the same like people as far as like influencers in that YouTube world who write skits and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of dope to like see that come into fruition, like, what I'm saying. But anyway, before we dive too deep, Si, what's good with you, brother? How you feeling?
I'm good, man. Just had a good day today.
Yeah.
Just been hitting the gym, getting back in the gym.
It's imperative.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
It's imperative. Get cold.
Yeah, I gotta hit that gym, man.
Get cold, man. It really is.
Health is wealth.
Yeah. Real shit.
Real
shit.
Man, you gotta be able to enjoy the fruits of your labor, man. So you gotta get into that.
Yeah, it's our body.
Right.
We really do gotta treat that shit like a temple to the best. And it's so funny, like when I see like these swole ass, cut ass, cock diesel, motherfuckers can't even turn. What you say on Bad Boys? Can't even turn to wipe his ass.
Shit like that.
I don't get upset anymore like I used to, because it's like, well, he worked hard. He really worked hard for that. Like, what I'm saying?
Even when they take
that though.
I ain't trying to do all that. Like, no, I know exactly where I want to be. Like, what I'm saying? But even just to see if that's where he wanted to be, he put in the work to get there.
Even
like,
if he
you know
took
what I'm
steroids too, though.
Yeah, even if he did all of that, like,
Like,
he really did. I'm not a huge.
Well, so look,
I'm not a huge.
Look. Let's just jump into it. If you take steroids, it doesn't even like guarantee that like you're gonna come out strong. It just guarantees you're gonna have the, I'll say, the character or the build to do it. You still gotta work to get that physique.
Right. Yeah. You don't just
It's a little cheating though.
I didn't say that it
like
wasn't cheating. All
No,
I said
no.
is that like it's a foundation. It might give you an enhancement, but still you still have
That's
to work
like
hard.
that's,
You gotta
that's,
work hard to do it.
That's like what's the Migos album they just dropped?
Culture 3 or something?
Culture 3 on one of the songs, one of the tracks. Quavo said you want to get your body done. No problem with that. Enhance it. It's yours. Some shit like that. But like you made me think about that. Like it's the same thing where it's just like that's true. It is her body. Like you feel me? If she want to enhance it, go right ahead. They don't mean a lot of motherfuckers gonna like that you enhanced it. Like you feel me? But some motherfuckers do. I mean, we was just talking about how motherfuckers out here paying for
talking about you gonna pay that motherfucker back.
Yeah.
Give me
that shit. Dirty snap. You want shit back. You got me fucked up.
I mean, I enjoy the occasional synthetic ass and tits. I certainly do.
I don't like it, bro.
So wait, didn't we talk about this?
If a girl,
We had a brief conversation.
It's the look, right? It's for the look.
You talking about when girls that they could take off like their panties?
Nah, I mean like
That's crazy.
I mean,
Bitch take her ass off like, oh man.
No, I meant like legit, like women getting like surgery done and implants and shit added to they butt. You know what I'm saying? I never understood it, but
well, if I may.
Oh yeah, please. We talking shit, bro. Yeah, go ahead. Dive in.
That's a risk.
There's the reason why I enjoy it is for reasons twofold. One is that depending on the surgeon, and shout out to all the plastic surgeons out here, you all are doing an amazing job customizing these women.
Shit like that. That was perfect. And shit like that. Yeah.
But it's just like the reason why I like it so much is that it's like women clearly are saying, okay, like if this is what a man wants, then all right, then this is what I'll become. Great.
They don't know what a man wants. They never have.
Cause they can,
But they be out here. I ain't do this for him. I did this for me.
Of course you did.
I ain't do this for them.
Sure you
I
did.
did it for them.
Cause who they really attracting though? If they once they do that, is they attracting one they really want, or they gonna attract people they gonna get, that like that.
What your boy said? They want the attention.
Oh yeah.
Right.
They want the man's attention.
Oh yeah.
Right. And that's it. So it doesn't even matter if it's like I'm doing this so and so can come talk to me. It's I'm doing this and I'm gonna put it on Instagram so everybody can just like it.
Bro, it's so.
There you go. I mean,
that's
it. That's right. That's
to
just
the
the
fullest part,
attention.
bro. Like they, I don't even know how to like describe it, but it's like I've never used to really pay attention to how much women love to be validated, and it's so crazy being younger, like being older now. But back when I was like in my younger, Chicago living days,
Because you don't live in Chicago no more?
No, I still live in Chicago. But I wasn't really adulting, but I was adulting.
Oh, okay.
Like,
I'm about to look out the window.
We still here, man. No, whatever city pop up on that. So, yeah. Nah, it was when I was like, just living life. Like, I was still like, paying my rent and shit like that, but like I was really just like turned up, you feel me? And I never used to fully pay attention to how much women seeked validation and needed attention, but I used to see it. I just didn't know how to like put it together because I wasn't listening to shit that's in the world today. You feel me? Being YouTube University, like you know what I'm saying. So like everything
YouTube
that I like,
University.
everything that I like, indulge in now. Like it's like I've learned so much. Like you feel me from a female nature perspective. Like how women move, how they operate, how they do this.
I think it's all this rap, Joe.
I mean, it plays a part in it.
Yeah.
It's rap.
Elaborate.
It's music, it's the rap, Joe. Because it's. I mean, if you see that on the screen, and ever since you've been little and growing up, and that's what you're going to have. So
It takes
that's
root in
all
my
you
mind.
see.
Right.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's all you flooded with, and that's what they think that's what they need. And that's what even with dudes like, everybody want to be a hooper, everybody want to be a rapper. That's all you see. So people just go off their visual. So you change your perspective.
Yeah, I think. And please chime in.
I guess just I don't know. I was just still tripping over the fact that like women are customizing themselves, and then they like make OnlyFans or start camming or whatever to get us to pay for their surgery bills. I'm like, okay, well then that's all well and good. Like, I will happily do that for you. But just please provide some quality content. Like, just provide us with some quality content. I just can't stand it. There was this one young lady of whom I'm subscribed, and she sent me a photograph, and I'm like, this is clearly photoshopped. And she didn't reply, and then she sent me back a picture later, and I'm like, that's better, thank you. Like, if I'm going to be subscribed to you, then please be prepared to accept. Pardon?
Complain.
You said something about it?
Yes, I followed I said, can I speak to the manager of this person, please? Because I'm a paying customer, and if I'm subscribed to you, please be prepared to accept feedback. I'm sorry,
I don't know about call.
I don't know who this person is. It's like when you order an Uber, and then somebody get in, it's a completely different person. Who ordered you this Uber? Who this for? Oh, my homie John ordered it for me. Oh, okay, you gotta give me a name or something. This is not who on this motherfucking picture. You feel me? Oh man, that's hilarious.
I mean, so that's a perfect segue to do we see sex work in the wrong view, right? Because it's very demonized, right?
So sex work in the wrong
sex work, and so we can talk about OnlyFans, we can talk about prostitution, like, which is the longest working field. Period.
So let's start with OnlyFans real quick though. So do any of y'all subscribe to it?
Oh no.
I am a frequent flyer on all of these channels.
So look, let me ask you. So
sure, please.
You a new fool.
So what entices you to want to subscribe to somebody's OnlyFans?
Yeah, when it
Professional questions, like that.
Shit like that.
So, in full disclosure, I only purchase OnlyFans or subscribe to someone's Snapchat if they really hook me in the cam scene, or if I've seen them in a good porno flick, or if your amateur content posted on various porn channels are exquisite, then great, I'll subscribe. No problem. So that means that I have a direct line of communication to you. We can flirt. We can text. It's great. So, and then it comes down to the point where I would like to masturbate, please. So can I have some, photos and some videos? Yeah, sure. Here's some weak shit. No. Okay, I'm paying you $35 a fucking month.
You a new fool.
This is, I'm not going to.
$350 a year. Oh no, that's more than $350 a year.
You have to make millions, man.
500 on.
It adds up. Nah, continue. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just I just find myself so frustrated at the audacity. Just please respect my time and my money and my conversation. I thought we had something, but I.
She's trying to get everybody, hit everybody. She got a lot more people to hit. You feel me?
Exactly.
So
right.
So it's like a massage, right?
She mad.
And they rush through that motherfucker. Hold on, take out an hour. First of all, this is 45 minutes. Like, what you doing?
15 more minutes.
Yeah.
I want all my full hour. Nah, so that's interesting. So my thing is,
Man, oh my goodness! And last time I was having sex with a prostitute, it was just the. Sorry.
No, I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's not my range. So.
No, I am very serious. It was early.
So this is a great question. Not to cut you off. So this is a really great question from KJ, because I really want to get an understanding
Yeah.
Your question is good because this is like, you know what I'm saying. Anyway, go ahead.
No, well, I was having sex with the prostitute, and she was wearing a corset, and it was really just getting in the way of what it is I was trying to do. And I was like, "Can you please take it off?" And she's like, "No." And I'm like, I paid you.
Right.
I don't. I'm
You
so
got your money.
confused. And then this was cutting into my time, right? Like so
I got you.
so
Like what the fuck?
so I find that the issue with men in sex work is like, we don't want to be scammed, and there are people out here scamming, and it's honestly not fair.
So do you think that's how it's perceived plays a part in that?
I don't think so, because they're doing it already.
Well,
I'm saying the people scamming, right? So how do you think they look at it?
I think that.
So just based off the question you asked, you know what I'm saying?
So
Reiterate the question.
So the question was just generally just to say, like, are we seeing this wrong? Because obviously motherfuckers are making millions off of it.
Right.
And then, like, he subscribed to it. So, like, even when you break down, like, his subscription is and how much he pays, like, I'm just thinking the minimum of a person who has, like, 5,000 followers and she's charging, like, $1 or $2 a month, which is easily, like, 5,000 to 10,000 a month, which she lives comfortably within 12 months. That's like
Pictures
120.
of your toes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even with feet though, like, right? Like, I've seen higher feet accounts. Period. Like, I've seen motherfuckers with feet of like 100 and something K, like, followers, and I'm just like, there's no way in the world I would ever follow someone's fucking foot. Like, that is crazy. Like crazy.
And
so,
weird fetishes.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
shit. At this point, I feel like him. Like, shit. I want to, like you gotta want something more. Like, I'm not about to follow.
Bang for my buck.
Nasty.
Yeah, like,
honestly.
Show you both your feet like,
Yeah, bro.
yeah, like, when I go into the strip club, I want to have conversations with the young ladies. I want to know what they're about and what their aspirations are and what their and what their goals are. And when we go to the back room, I expect that passion to carry over, right? When I was getting a lap dance from a young lady recently, we were turning each other on, and I'm like, okay, great.
Bro, that's crazy. Because when I go to strip clubs, I am so disrespectful.
No.
I am super disrespectful.
Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that.
If you don't shake your ass for this,
No, gotta be respectful.
give my 20 back.
So, but that's interesting, right? Though. So some, I believe strongly that some professions in that adult field, comes with a certain viewpoint and how people look at it. So, like, even hearing you say, right, when you go to the strip clubs, people look at strippers as, like, degrading, or, like, I think now
These women are athletes.
I think now it's in a much better place.
I don't look at
now
it
it's in a much better place than where it used to be. Like, I remember growing up and people just despised strippers, like, you know what I'm saying? But it intrigued me. I'm like, I want to go see these bitches. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, my first strip club was up north. I forget the name of it, but like,
oh man, my first strip club was like a hood strip party, bro, and it was like 3 levels to that shit.
Oh wow, so
I promise you, that shit was crazy. We got kicked out that day too because I was being disrespectful. She's like, you ain't getting no money, so I smacked that bitch in the bouncer
but look,
$10 in ones.
But see, look, even that though, right?
Look, when you young though, $10 in ones, that's a lot.
So much it is, right? So look, it's even this perceived thing though, right? Because it's like,
no, but definitely.
Right? Because it's like even one time, my first time at what's the strip club in Atlanta? My first time at
Magic City.
Magic City.
Oh my goodness.
First time I was so hyped. My first time in Magic City, I was so hyped. Go in, and I think I was decent that day too. I had my little man bag on. It was full of ones. Like, I was decent. You feel me? I had 2 girls with me. Like, I was decent. You feel me? So we go in there.
Best way to do it, man.
And the first thing I did was, like, saw a girl on stage that I thought was pretty and bad. I walked right up to her, and it was no disrespect. I just took $100 and I, like, swiped it across her. You feel me?
Yeah.
And it threw her whole dig off. Like, and I saw it in her face, and I immediately in my face was like, shit, I wasn't even trying to be disrespectful. Yeah. So she got her dance done. You feel me? Then she got off, and she went to, like, go count with her girls. You know, they count at the end and shit. you know. And I walked up to her. I still had some ones in my hand. I walked up to her and I said, I can't remember her name, but I was like, you know, I ain't really mean to, you know, come off as disrespectful in no way like that. I just wanted, you know what I'm saying, it just low key it kind of happened on accident because she was like moving and I tried to like just, and then it was just like a brush, you feel me? It was too late, you feel me? So she immediately was like, I really do appreciate you. You know, I'm like, yeah, I saw it. It was noticeable that it threw your swag off, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, well shit, here, take the rest of these ones, you feel me? Ooh, and she was fine by it, you know what I'm saying? But it was funny that for me to even think that like I just went into that with that mentality of like this Magic City. You feel me? Before you talking about we in the A, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm finna turn up in here. You feel me? But I don't. I don't know. I don't know. It's interesting though, because it is this thing where like, you know, dudes go to be disrespectful to them. Some women like it.
I mean, it's not even to be disrespectful. It's kind of like what my man said. Like I come here for a service. Like
fair. Right, so is that a part of the service? Can I call you a bitch? Can I talk to you like, you know what I'm saying? Shake your hand.
Okay, so the bitch and shit is
you know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, that's a little bit too much, you know, but at the end of the day, it's just like if you're not giving me in my young heyday. If you're not giving me what I feel like I am entitled to by paying you this amount, then I have the right to complain or be upset. Therefore, I'm gonna say bitch. And therefore, we're going to take it the next way you want to. And that night it happened, we just happened to be getting put out the hood strip club, which is illegal anyway. I should have just called police. Nah, it was weird as fuck because there was also a whole house in the basement. So, motherfucker, this shit was a big circle. This shit was definitely a big ass circle. But, I mean, at the end of the day, like, if I'm like, but that's even with anything, right? If I'm upset about food, like I want whatever, like I want McDonald's to give me what I think I'm gonna get. When I get that raggedy ass cheeseburger, like I'm never going to McDonald's again. Y'all can take this shit, right? And then at the end of the day, so therefore I don't eat fast food because the TV screen lied to me. I'm not gonna. It'll not look like this, bro. Hell no, it is not. Yep, none of that shit. So yeah, so that's just where I stand though. But what I mean by the like, are we getting it wrong by viewing it? It's like society has deemed these women to be like super toxic and negative, and people, you know what I'm saying, and no, I don't think every woman should be a stripper or should be a prostitute, blah blah blah, but at the same time, just like, why are we looking down on those who are? Because they, like you said, you have conversations and they can easily be great people, right? I've never even thought about having a conversation. I do that all the time, fam. Because for me, my whole motto is talking about be social. I can't just go up to you. You can come up to me and ask me for a dance, but I'm not just gonna like watch you dance with me. I'm probably gonna say some shit to you. Like I'm gonna have a convo with you. Like especially if you all in my space, like you know what I'm saying. How long you been doing this? You feel me? Like you know what I'm saying? Like you feel me? So like for me, it just naturally happens because that's just who I am as an individual. Like you know what I'm saying. A lot of people probably don't do that shit. Like you feel me? But for me, especially if I get like a private one, like we finna have a whole convo. Like you know what I'm saying. I'm finna know. I mean,
what
fair,
you do,
fair.
From, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you on the main floor, sometimes it's a little harder.
I keep it surface level, man.
Right, see, and there you go.
That's fair.
See? Drink, you know, you smoke. You know, like,
yeah. Now, if it's on the main floor, then it's hard to, like, you know, get, you know, intimate in a way where you having, like, casual conversation. Like, I won't try to say much because it's loud as fuck music playing. Just do your thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? Your name, like, you feel me? General shit.
Well, it's like, you feel me? Like, but, when I'm in a strip club, I think of it as...
the stripper name. Like, you feel me?
Nickname, you know, just...
Damn.
Tell you her last name is you can't remember that shit. Just keep it surface.
Shake yeah. Watch yourself.
Now what were you saying though?
Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just gonna say, look, when I go into strip clubs, I feel like I'm just going shopping. Like I see one that I like. And
Shit
I
like
okay,
that. Shit like that.
And,
Shit like that.
And then you know she'll come around and sit on my lap and get to know her a little bit better and make our way to the back and have a great time, and then I walk out and spend $10,000. So I really appreciate you all trying to just keep your self control. I mean, what can I say? Honestly, I'm just a fucking hoe at the end of the day. I'm just a hoe, but.
You like what you like, man.
Yeah, we all got a preference.
It's your life.
You know what I'm saying?
Like what you like.
At the end of the day.
Shit.
So what's funny is when I think about. Okay, so let me ask this question: Have all of y'all ever paid for pussy before?
You paying for pussy regardless.
It says legal.
Yeah. No. I mean, but like just like
indirectly, directly.
Okay, yeah, that's a good response.
Not the opportunity cost of pussy.
So yes.
But directly, no, I haven't. Like just
I'm glad you pointed that out though.
I haven't. But if you going on dates and you doing this and you getting high with it, you
as long as you crack though. If you don't, then it's like you just did that for free. I mean, essentially, like you know what I'm saying. Now 9 times out of 10, sometimes it ain't gonna happen on that first date. Like you know what I'm saying. So you know automatically it's gonna be women are an investment at the end of the day. Like you know what I'm saying.
I wouldn't try to crack on further.
I mean, I don't naturally do it, like you feel me, but the opportunity presents itself, then like you feel me, I'ma move in. Like you know what I'm saying. I go into a date with a plan. Like you feel me? Like if you fail to plan, you plan to fail, basically. Like you know what I'm saying? Because
plan is correct.
Yeah, you know, right? That's what I'm saying. So it's always in the plan.
We have an ending.
Right.
Ending leads to me being happy at the end.
But I'm not going into it thinking the whole time that I'm finna crack unless I know she gave me the avenue to be like, oh, okay, yeah, I know I'm finna crack. And then I'm cool. Like, and not just, because I don't want to be thinking about cracking the whole time and she gonna know. Women know. Like, you know what I'm saying? They gonna catch on to the vibes. Oh, this nigga just trying to crack me. Like, so she gonna make you really work for it if she don't like you like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Well, if she do like you, they make you work harder. Like, you know what I'm saying? But anyway.
I think it's reversed, though.
I was gonna say it's just let me restart.
Like the plan is always to
crack.
You know, at the end of the day, like no matter what you're doing, if you invest in that time into it, but generally like it's gonna be a lot easier if we got that vibe going. You know what I'm saying? So I know you like me, but like I was saying, like at a moment you gotta like stop and just make sure that you ain't about to like come back on some weird shit. You know?
Yeah, no.
I ain't gonna, what was it was a Chappelle show when that nigga pulled out the NDA. He was like, you consent, and she had to sign all the papers.
Yeah, was talking about that episode.
Yeah, but that shit real though, especially now. Like,
oh yeah,
wow.
I mean, you know,
just get a quick video real quick, y'all vibing. You feel me? About to have sex with me, baby.
That's it. Yeah. Some homie did that. He's about to sign a check on the date. He before he signed it, he put the camera on. He's like, "We finna crack. I'm finna crack tonight, right?" She was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Oh, all right." And then he signed the bill. And then
crazy.
It's crazy though. It's a different time, bro.
It is because you got to document everything.
It really is a different time, bro.
But it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't count though if you drunk, right?
On which end?
If she drunk, man, I don't think none of that shit, man.
I mean, it matters because at the end of the day, like she's still if she at a point, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? I don't know.
If she that drunk, nah.
Then I'm like, I won't.
If she falling over and shit.
Right,
I mean,
you know
but
if she's still functional and like trying to get it from me, but she's still drunk, then I'm like, all right, okay, cool. Like if I know her like that, like if I don't really know her, then I might be a little hesitant.
See, but like I had a bad experience, so like I wouldn't even do that. Like the sloppy, like nah, bro, because I had a chick throw up in my car before and I was mad as fuck.
My goodness.
Because she threw up in the little car part, the little in the door handle part, and wouldn't nothing get that, and so that shit was in there, and then like I had to end up selling the car, but that shit like stunk. Like I was so mad, and then I went to like even to the junkyard. I was like, hey, is it a way for me to get this? And he was like, yeah, you gotta get in a whole nother door. And I was just like, a whole nother door? Like, man.
Because she threw up.
She was trying to open the door. She like pull over and tried to open the door, but she hit the door and the inside. And I'm like, don't even worry about it. It's cool.
He was salty.
It's good. Don't even worry about it. I got you. Your safety is more important. So yeah. Let me take you to the crib.
That's fair. I want you, man. Smell it down on the way to the crib, man.
All right, so speaking of that, right? So like, what do y'all think? And we get a lot of perspectives from shit that we've talked about on Tuvek, and then just like accident to other people. But from a male's perspective, what do y'all think? Where do y'all think the dating game is at right now? Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to put y'all stuff out there unless y'all freely want to. But like, what do y'all think? What do y'all think the dating game is at right now, especially coming off of COVID and when we was in COVID. How was that for y'all? Like
with all these love gurus out here.
Yeah, so I just like to hear people's perspectives and what they feel about, you know what I'm saying, the dynamics of the world right now, you know, from alpha males, beta males, you know, people simping and like, you know, what is all that type of lingo and all that type of shit mean to y'all. But start from the dating perspective. How has dating been for y'all?
Yeah, I mean, women are out here, women are ready. And women have been, you know, shut in the house for the past year, and you know, they are ready for some quality dick. So, you know, I mean,
outside open again. Boy.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's you know, just speak plainly. In my experience, I've had the most success with just speaking plainly. Hey, you know, this is where I see us going. This is what I got time for right now. If you ain't about it, then, I mean, there's other options.
That alpha approach.
I mean, like, you don't have to like lead women on. Like, that just takes too much effort and time. And
straight to the point.
Right. So yeah, exactly. Just let them know.
You definitely gotta let them know. Like, you shouldn't even play around, because that's how niggas get into all this.
No, and that's real shit, and that's how you know what I'm saying, women use we first of all, we already outnumbered by women, right? Like tremendously. And they have a very unique power, if you will, that really causes some men to really lose themselves in who they are created to be. I'll put it to you that way. And it's so easy to fall trapped to, you know what I'm saying, especially if certain things or, you know, elements aren't being taught to you as a man. Like, you know, especially if you come from a fatherless home, or like if your mama raised you single parent, like, you know, you ain't gonna learn a lot of things, how men are supposed to approach things like dating a woman, or like, you know.
I don't know, man. I gotta push back on that one.
No, and please do, and I'm just, that's why I said some. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't want to, you know, put it in the box too much. You know, because even for me, right? Like, so my grandmother technically raised me. And my grandfather was there, but he wasn't really there. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't really learn a lot of stuff from my grandma besides like what it looked like to just work really hard and make sure she kept her house, you know, in order, and she took care of her grandkids, like, you know, but nobody was teaching me stuff like, you know, besides coaches and mentors and that type of shit. So that's why I learned it from. But I ain't really learned it from them, because they weren't from the end that I was from. Like, I had a lot of like white coaches and Jewish coaches and shit like that. You know, no shade to them. Like, that wasn't how I saw, you know what I'm saying, how I was supposed to be taught certain things. You feel me? So anyway, it's just an interesting thing, right? So like, but no, just from going back to your statement, then you could definitely chime in. The approach, right? So an example, right? I had a girl who was supposed to come through for my birthday, right? You know what I'm saying? And when it got to the week of, I already set the date, so it ain't my time no more to reach out to you to say, yo, you still coming through? I'm not doing that. Like, we already set the date. I told you what day it is, so it's up to you to say, hey, I'm on my way. You feel me? Or you can text me the day of, and then I can exchange the conversation. But don't expect me to reach out to you on the day of that I already set in the time, and you know what time you're supposed to be here type shit. She never said nothing. I say, all right, you feel me? So then, like a couple days later, you feel me? She back on my IG stories liking shit. You feel me? So I'm like, yo, don't what you liking my shit for? You just flaked on me. You feel me? If that's what you want, we can keep it moving. I don't play them type of games.
What the fuck is that about?
So anyway, long story short, she's like, oh, I was waiting for you. I'm like, so when they start hitting you with that type of shit, it was like, oh, I ain't got time for that. I left it on red. I didn't ever respond. Right? So she hit me up the other day. She saw some shit on my story. I think I like thirst trapped or something. I posted a picture of something on my Snapchat or something. She responded to it. You feel me? And she was like, what you doing on Wednesday? So I ain't say nothing right away. So I'm like, okay, this is interesting, but like, okay, whatever. Let me see what's what.
Okay.
I wasn't even gonna respond. But
I mean, like, she gotta be bad if you keep doing it.
I'm like, you know, this is the first time she ever flaked. You feel me? So I'm like, okay, let me see what's what. Because typically I'm like, you know, I don't want to be too quick to be like, you feel me? Oh, fuck that. Like, she's saying anything, I'm cutting off. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever. I try to, you know, give a little leeway. You feel me?
Put them in the roles.
Right. Exactly. So, and I'm in a point of like, I'm at a point of like rebuilding the rotate, restructuring the rotation.
Put them in the roles.
Yeah, exactly, right? I'm restructuring the rotation. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I'm like, well, we shoot the podcast on Wednesday. I think that's all I said. I said we shoot the podcast on Wednesday. I'm free after 9, some shit like that. I said, you feel me? And she was like, okay, just call my line when you're done. I said, nah, you could call my line when you done and ready to slide.
I told you when I am free.
She never responded, and so now
she just wants you on her heels.
She wants that attention. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm never going to give that to her. Like, you feel me? So now I'm not responding no more at all. Now it's I already cracked up. So, like, I ain't missing nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you reaching out to me. Like, you feel me? Like, I'm not finna go back and forth with you. Like, you know what I'm saying? So now I'm like, oh, that's dead. Like, you feel me? I ain't got nothing else to say about the subject. But no. So what was you about to say to my whatever I said earlier as far as the...
Yeah, just like to your point about, how men need to just how men are it. I grew up in a matriarchal household.
Okay.
My father was just enough. My father was there just enough to be considered a dad, honestly.
Okay.
And growing up in a matriarchal household, I paid attention to the women in my life, and I figured out what it is that they want, and you know, that's the way that I approach dating. It's like they don't want to be manipulated or, you know, for all intents and purposes, abused, and so I put my best foot forward. Now, in that, you know, all of the swag and the macking and all of those things are certainly a part of the approach. But
yeah, I'm pretty sure you learned a lot with it. You feel me? And so you got to see it firsthand. Go ahead, though. Go ahead.
And so and so.
No, but see, you. So not to cut you off.
No, please.
So even hearing you talk about it, right? You had a different viewpoint in how you wanted to approach it and how you wanted to affect how you outwardly did things. Like some people missed the boat, right? So like some scenarios, like, you know, fathers or young men who don't grow up without a father, you know, stray down a different path, right? Just use that as an example. Also, but if we focusing on women, right? So like a lot of women can either raise and we kind of talked about this a little bit, KJ. A lot of women can either raise they sons to be too aggressive or, you know, not enough. Like, you know what I'm saying? So depend on even how you take that as the son as an individual, right? Like how you perceive that can affect you when you become, you know, more mature, more of an adult. Because maybe on one end you don't like that too aggressive shit, right? So then you gonna steer away from the, you know, I'm not trying to do that. I want to be on some naming type shit, like, you know what I'm saying, from the wire. But so anyway, not to you feel me. So it's unique hearing you talk about it because you were able to output it in a different way than what I'm used to.
I mean, but at the same time, like,
seeing,
although his father was in and out, but he was still consistently in.
Yeah,
It sounds like.
Yeah. So
he doesn't even fit inside of that. They kind of like the women ran shit, and the women did what was supposed to be done.
Right.
But at the same time, like it just sounds like he still had that father who was possibly in his ear, you know, or that he can see, you know what I'm saying, just guiding and doing like structural shit, right? Because as we learn, right?
I mean, in all honesty, the only thing that my dad taught me when it comes to women is how not to treat them.
I mean, but it doesn't even matter like what he said, right? It's just like you can just see how he interacts with you and the mom, right? So that's why they say a 2-parent household is always better because it's the interaction. It's not so much of everything else that I'm telling you. It's just pretty much like, I see that you're making my, as a man, I see you're bringing my mother coffee every day, right? So like, if we were to ever get married, like blah blah blah, this is what I'll do with my wife. You know what I'm saying? Because of the what's been set up and perceived. You know what I'm saying? Right, so that those things, right? And it's just like, well, so you hear a lot of people say like, well, my parents were together for like 20 years. It was like, even though it's a different age and era, you know what I'm saying, they're still looking at that like, and they still value that 20-year experience because of what they saw. My mom, my dad cheated on my mom. She always took him back. But, you know what I'm saying, some things are considered, some things aren't. So we go back and forth, we go in and out with those things that they don't actually say, but more of what we see them do together, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so that's why with me and my partner, right, we never argue in front of my daughter, right? If my daughter walks in the room, I shut it down. And I'll tell her, I'll just put up my hand. And I'll just say, like, oh, hey, babe, what's going on? Like, what are you doing? Put your headphones on and go somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And until she leaves, then I won't have that conversation with you. I won't even interact because I don't want her to feel like if your mother says something to me that you can say that to another man. Because if she says something and I retaliate, then I don't want you to feel like you have to accept that from another man either. So it goes both ways. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like we're best to just like not have that conversation, and we'll talk about this later. All right, and we'll pretend that everything's great. And so, like, until she gets to realize, like, oh, yeah, they are going, then, like, right now, she's just going to think it's always a happy home. But it's what she sees and what she hears that's going to be more important in her life than what I actually tell her about men. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a great breakdown. I mean, you know,
actions speak better than words.
It do. You know?
And it's, and it's true, right? Like, don't tell me you sorry. Show me you sorry.
Right. It's just
Right,
like with
you know
women.
what
I try my hardest not to pay attention to anything that they say. Like, I'm really more interested in the actions and how they do things.
Yeah,
Because women will tell
as well.
you a lot of shit, you know what I'm saying? you know, it's like, okay, oh, all right, like, you know what I mean? So, I just really, you know, shy away from, you know, I used to really, like, listen to that shit wholeheartedly, like, you know, I guess when you in a marriage, like, it can be different, you know, it can capture you differently, you know what I'm saying, where you would think that, you know, for better, for worse, and, you know. And,
I think
okay,
you just want the perception. And you want that,
maybe, you know, but, you know, that was my mistake, you feel me, but now, you feel me, like.
I gotta ask you brothers, though, like, I mean, why did you all do it?
Do what?
Tie the knot.
Bro, I'm not married.
He did.
Oh, well,
you know.
That's a long conversation that we got more for time.
No, so
yeah, I mean,
I was 25.
Okay.
I was 25.
Okay.
And I'll start off by saying this. Okay, cool. We got like 5 minutes. I'll start by saying this. If I could go back, I wouldn't have done it. That's all I'll say. And and then I'll preference that by saying, 1, I was too young. 2, I rushed it. 3, I was so much into the worldly things and what was fed to me coming up about marriage and how it's supposed to be, what it's supposed to look like, etc.
Right.
Perception.
Yeah.
Right.
I went to all white school, white college, and my folks was getting married freshman year, and I used to look at it like, what, they doing anything? But then by the time I got to a certain point in my life, I felt like it was time to, you know, make that drastic change. I thought I was like ready to commit my life fully to a person that I had only known for a short amount of time. And nobody, like, I didn't have my father in my ear saying, boy, yo, I was tweaking, boy. How long you know this woman, boy? Like, no, boy, don't marry her, boy. Like, I needed somebody to, like, man, my homies, them, like, Will, them used to be like, boy, you tweaking and shit like that. But, like, I didn't really take their advice seriously because they ain't know what it was like to, like, be in a, like, serious, committed type relationship. But if I had a father figure coming down on me being like, listen, bro, this is going to be one of the biggest mistakes you ever made in your life. Like, tell me that, you feel me? Then it's going to make me be like, oh, yeah, you might be right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let me take a step back, you feel me? At least prolong it a little bit. But anyway, I did it because I thought I was ready. I thought I was, you know, well, I was in love. I'm not going to cap. Like, I was, like, you know what I'm saying? And I thought that she was definitely the woman I was supposed to be with because that's what I was told. I'm supposed to find one woman. I'm supposed to find that special, you know, someone. I don't believe that shit to the nearest bit right now, bro.
Was y'all friends first though? Like how was y'all?
We started as being cool, like, but my intentions I was instantly pursuing, like, you know.
Want to throw sweet watery guts?
I wanted those. I did, and there was only one dude before me, so I was very intrigued. My homie's like, boy, you couldn't marry her just to crack, boy, and it was like, damn, like I probably did, like, you know what I'm saying. So anyway, 5 years later, you know, technically, legally, 5 years later, you know, it took a little long time because of, you know, pandemic and all that stuff for shit to be like official, but it wasn't until after the fact where I had to realize, bro, like what was you really doing? You weren't really ready for that. Like, you know what I'm saying? No shade against her. She's great with my kids and we do that whole thing well, but I wasn't ready for that shit. Like, you feel me? Yeah. And I don't think you can ever like me legally, I would never do it again. I would commit to one woman, don't get me wrong, like, you know what I'm saying? Once I'm done, like, you know, being single and enjoying that shit, I would definitely commit to a woman. I'm just not signing my shit over. Like, I'm just not. And she gonna know that from the jump if we start getting serious. And if that's something you can't handle, then that's cool. You feel me? Then it's just, you know, but I would never do it just because of the way it's used against us, bro. Like, I got to see that full hand. Right. You know what I'm saying?
They think it's something used against me.
Bro, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
Should be time.
Yeah. Anyway,
I mean, we keep talking.
Yeah, no, we definitely can, but the can won't stop. But we can keep doing this. Yeah. But yeah, bro. I'm gonna say it just so we have an ending. You feel me? Actually, no, I'm not. That'll be stupid.
Yeah, it's gone.
Anyway, yeah, bro. So it was like I had to. It was like, and it's crazy being so indulged into something like committing your life to an individual. Like, even just inside of that, still seeing like certain red flags that you know you needed to like pay attention to, but again, you get so caught up in like, you know, I don't want to be another statistic. I don't want to like, you know, I don't want to like say people think I'm gonna leave my kids, like, you know, or this or that. So we stayed together for extra years, and we weren't even supposed to be together, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what I could have.
That's so real, though.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and she could attest to the same shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, why did we? I should have been left. Like, you feel me? Like, when you know that a motherfucker ain't, you know what I'm saying, really supposed to be, you know what I'm saying, with you, or they rocking with you like that, like, what you waiting for, bro? Like, you feel me? So that's what I've learned now, bro. Like,
that's so funny though, because like you talk about like the father figure being in your ear. Like, I've always had like weird ass mentors. I used to work with this dude. You know, like, he was old. He was like legit. Like, he was like, so he was the first person to always tell me like, boy, you getting too big. Like, I was like, damn, bro, I just had a baby though. Cause he was like, nigga, you ain't had that baby.
Sympathy with.
So like after that, then like I started looking into like getting more in shape and shit. But like outside of that, like he used to always just spit like jewels that I never really realized until I talked to other people, and he was just like, shit, yeah. My wife died on me, but even if she wouldn't have died, boy, she ain't doing what these young girls out here doing. I promise you, we wouldn't have been.
Two bags eating chicken. What you wanna do? Listen, give me that chicken, give me that.
Oh, perfect. I'm fucking losing DNA.